Good day, everyone. I am Shelo Angela Marhiwan, and welcome to the last topic of Chapter 4, which is the International Economic Institutions and Market Integration. And today, I will be discussing the International Economic Institutions. And as for the topic Market Integration, that will be discussed by Ms. Mitante. So, without further ado, let's now have the International Economic Institutions. So, what is international economic institutions? So, these are the organizations created by countries to manage and support cooperation in global economic issues such as trade, finance, development, and economic stability. So, international economic institutions help regulate economic relationships, provide financial assistance, and foster global economic growth. Now, why is it created? So why is international economic growth created? So I have here three reasons why it was created. So the first one is to boost the economic cooperations among countries. So international economic institutions encourage countries to cooperate by setting common rules, policies, and standards for trading, finance, and development. So, through cooperation, countries can reduce conflict, promote fair trade, and support shared economic goals. So, these institutions provide a platform where countries can discuss economic issues and make collective decisions. So next is international economic institutions was created to help quicker recovery of the international economy. So during economic crises such as recession or final crashes, an international economic institution provide financial assistance, policy advice, and technical support to the affected countries. So their goal is to stabilize economies, prevent further damage, and to promote faster recovery for the global economy. So the last one is act as a financial intermediary. So international economic institutions act as financial intermediaries by collecting funds from wealthier countries or investors and lending them to developing or crisis affected countries. So this helps ensures that the money is used for developing projects, poverty reduction, and economic stability. Okay, so there are 8 international economic institutions. So we have first is International Monetary Fund or IMF. Second, the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development or IBRD or the World Bank. The third one is Asian Development Bank or ADB. The fourth one is United Nations Conference on Trade and Tariff or UNCTAD. The fifth one is the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency or MIGA. The sixth one is World Trade Organization or WTO. The seventh one is International Development Association or IDA. And the last one or the eighth one is the International Finance Corporation or IFC. So I will be discussing each of these. Okay, so let us discuss the first one. So the first one is International Monetary Fund or IMF. So it was established in 1944 at the Bretton Woods Conference after World War II. So the IMF was created to promote international monetary cooperation, stabilize currencies, and help countries recover from economic crisis. So there are 44 nations in this conference, and it also known as funds. So, International Monetary Fund helps countries maintain financial assistance and policy guidance. So, it mainly assesses countries experiencing balance payment problem or economic crisis. Like, for example, um, when a country faces a currency crisis and cannot pay its international debts, so the International Monetary Fund may provide a loan on the condition that the country reforms its economic policies. The second one. So the second one is the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, IBRD, or the World Bank. So it was founded in 1944 alongside the IMF. So the World Bank's mission is to reduce poverty and support development through financial and technical assistance, especially in building infrastructure in developing countries. So it was popularly known as World Bank, and it was headquartered at Washington, D.C., United States. So its membership has 189 countries. So, the World Bank focuses on long-term economic development or poverty reduction by providing loans, grants, and technical supports for developing projects. So, for example, the World Bank may fund projects such as building schools, hospitals, or roads in developing countries to improve living standards. So the third one is Asian Development Bank, or ADB. So it was founded in 1966. So ADB was created to foster economic growth and cooperation in Asia and the Pacific region. So helping member countries reduce poverty and improve living standards. So the membership are 67 countries. So ADB um, promotes economic growth and regional cooperation in Asia and the Pacific and 19 outside. So it provides financial assistance for development projects, especially in infrastructure, education, and health. So, for example, ADB supports transportation projects like highways and bridges in Southeast Asia to improve trade and connectivity. So the fourth one is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or UNCTAD. So it was established in 1964 as part of the UN. So UN, UNCTAD focuses on helping developing countries integrate into the global economy and ensuring that international trade benefits everyone fairly. So it has 173 shareholder nations. So United Nations Conference on Trade and Development helps developing countries integrate into the global economy by promoting fair trade, sustainable development, and inclusive growth. So, for example, um, UNCTAD assess developing nations by giving policy advice on how to increase exports and benefit more from international trade. So the fifth one is Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, or MIGA. So it was created in 1988 under the World Bank Group. So MIGA's role is to encourage foreign investment in developing countries by providing political risk insurance to investors. So it has 187 country members. So MIGA encourages foreign investment in developing countries by protecting investors against political risks such as war, expropriation, or government instability. So, for example, if a foreign company wants to invest in a developing country, MIGA provides insurance to reduce the risk of losing money due to political problems. So the sixth one is World Trade Organization, or WTO. So it was founded in 1995, replaced the it replaced the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade for the reason that the GATT was biased and it favored more on developed countries. So it also has 194 countries as its memberships, and the WTO regulates international trade, creates trade agreements, and resolves trade disputes among member countries. So the WTO, or World Trade Organization, regulates international trade by setting rules and resolving trade disputes to ensure free and fair trade among countries. So, for example, if two countries disagree over trade tariffs, so the World Trade Organization helps settle the dispute through its legal system. Okay, so the seventh one is the International Development Association, or IDA. So it was established in 1960 as part of the World Bank Group. So IDA provides interest-free loans and grants to the poorest countries to help them achieve economic development and reduce poverty. So its membership is 181 countries. So International Development Association is a part of the World Bank Group and provides low interest or interest free loans and grants to the world's poorest countries. So, for example, IDA, or International Development Association, may finance basic services like clean water systems or primary education. So, the last one is International Finance Corporation, or IFC. So it was created in 1956 as part of the World Bank Group. So IFC's mission is to promote private sector investment in developing countries to stimulate growth and create jobs. I know. So furthermore, it was located in Geneva and it has 164 members. So International Finance Corporation support the private sectors in developing countries by investing in businesses and promoting sustainable economic growth. So for example, International Finance Corporation may invest in a local manufacturing company to create jobs and stimulate economic activity. So, that is the end of my discussion. And thank you so much for listening and watching. And I hope that you have gained something from my discussion today. See you again next time. Bye.
Hello everyone! Since my partner Shelo is done discussing the International Economic Institution, let's move forward to the market integration. So, market integration refers to how businesses are connected within a market. The level of integration affects how these businesses operate under success in marketing. So market integration happens when the prices of similar goods and services in a certain area start to change in a similar way. Like for example, let's take mga gasolina diri sa city na to sa Bogo. So the prices of gasoline across cities. So when the price of gasoline rises in one city due to increased demand or supply issues, it often affects nearby cities as well. Like for instance, if gas prices go up in Bogo City, people might start buying more gas in sa man nga city. Wala city din sa ato lay butang sa Medellin. So if ang gasolina sa kanang mga gasolina sa Bugo is kanang mumahal, so ang mga people kay kanang mangita na sila og kanang barato, so mas kanang kuan, so moadto sila sa Medellin. No, so kanang if ang gas prices sa Bugo starts to kanang starts to go up, so people might start buying more gas in Medellin, leading to higher prices there too. So same as Bugo mo, kanang mo sakasad ang kanang price sa kanang gasolina dito sa Medellin. So this sa kana lang kay sa kana lang nga example, it shows how markets are connected. So changes in one place can influence prices in another. Okay? So there are three types of market integration: horizontal integration, vertical integration, and conglomeration. So horizontal integration, this is a way for a company to grow by expanding its operations. It does this by buying or joining with other companies that are similar and operate in the same industry. So when companies decide to merge with their competitors, it's like two friends teaming up to tackle a big project together. So by joining forces, they can reach more customers and gain a bigger share of the market. So this partnership not only boasts their influence over pricing and profits, but also allows them to pool their resources. So there are two main types of horizontal integration. First is mergers. So mergers, this is when two or more companies join together to create a new company. So the second type is acquisitions. So acquisitions, this is when one company buys another company, allowing it to take control of that company's assets and operations. So we have here an example of horizontal integration. So the first, as you can see in the picture, it's Jollibee. So Jollibee Foods Corporation. So Jollibee Foods Corporation is an example of horizontal horizontal integration because they have Jollibee acquired Chowking, Greenwich, kanang Mang Inasal, Red Ribbon, and many more fast food businesses. So this move has helped them get a better understanding of the fast food landscape in the Philippines. So by bringing together such a diverse range of dining options, they can now cater to the unique tastes and preferences of their customers, ensuring that everyone finds something they love. So if mangutana ko unsa nga type sa horizontal integration ang Jollibee Food Corporation. So yeah, so murag na fall siya sa sa acquisition. Yeah, sa acquisition. So the next example is Globe Telecom and Isla Communication. So in a significant step for the telecommunication industry, Globe Telecom joined forces with Islacom in a 2.3 billion deal. So nag-merge sila. So this merger allowed them to become a strong competitor against established players like kanang PLDT Smart Communications and kanang say tawag na Piltil sa kana siya. So as a result, customers have enjoyed improved network coverage and better services across the country. So nakakuan sa demi ani guys na may wifi niya amo ang wifi kay Globe sad siya kusog ka siya internet. So ang kanang partnership sa kanang Globe Telecom ug sa Isla Communication has been instrumental in shaping Globe into the telecommunications powerhouse it is today. So providing reliable connectivity for millions of Filipinos. So usa na mi ato guys. So patawad na mo wifi kay kusog kayo ang Globe. So let's move forward to the second type of market integration, which is the vertical integration. So kindly please read what is vertical integration. Okay, thank you. So why does companies use vertical integration? So companies use vertical integration to have more control. By owning more parts of the supply chain, they can better manage the quality, the cost, and timing of what they need to make their products. So vertical integration has three main types. The first is backward integration. So it is when companies buy or create businesses that supply them with materials or parts for their products. So the second one is forward integration. So forward integration is when companies take control of businesses that sell their products. So lastly, the balanced integration. So this combines both backward and forward integration, giving the company control over different parts of the supply chain. So we have here two examples of vertical integration. So ang first one is Coca-Cola. Gihan ako guys kaya kung tunlan nasaya ako sa Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola used backward integration by acquiring its bottling operation. This ensured Coca-Cola could control how its syrups were produced and how they were bottled and distributed. So again, ang kaning Coca-Cola is na kuan siya sa kanang tong three types sa vertical integration, which is the backward integration. So again, the backward integration is when companies buy or create businesses that supply them with materials or parts for their products. So example ang Coca-Cola dito sa backward integration. So the next example is Netflix. So Netflix started as a DVD rental service but later moved into streaming and then began producing its own shows and movies. So karon pa ko guys nga ang Netflix kay DVD din abi na ko gingan sa daan ba nga magkana na sa kanang mag-stream na or nakana na sa kanang cellphone TV abi na ko kuan na jud na siya ingana na siya daan ba DVD din na siya no. So kanang this forward integration, ang kaning forward integration kuno katong kaduha nga type sa vertical integration allows Netflix to manage its content better and rely less on outside production studios. So understood? Okay, so let's move forward to the last type of market integration, which is the conglomeration. So together, let's read what is conglomeration. So according to the Cambridge Dictionary, a conglomerate is a company that owns several smaller businesses that usually offer different products or services. So these smaller companies provide a variety of goods and services. So the main company might not own all the smaller companies completely, but it will have a significant or majority share in them. Each of these companies operates independently. So if one company has a majority share in another, it means it owns more than half of its shares. Okay, understood? Okay, so now let's move forward to the potential benefits of conglomerates. Let's read. Diversification, increased revenue, economies of scale, cross-selling opportunities, flexibilities, and diverse employees. So next, disadvantages of conglomerates. So first is ang investment prospects. Second is financial reporting. So because of many different companies, keeping track of finances can be complicated na jud no kay daghan naman kayo so maglibog ang treasurer kaluoy ana oy. So kanang tungod sa kadaghan sa company ba kay murag lisod na kayo i-keep track sa kanang finances. So excuse me. So next disadvantage is loss of business freedom. So next is mismatch in business value. So some businesses may not fit well together, leading to confusion. So that is the last last nga disadvantages of conglomerate. So, an example of a conglomeration is Amazon. So, from online bookseller to owning grocery stores like the kanang Whole Foods, social cataloging, Goodreads, and so shoe retailers. So, next is the reasons for market integration. So, ang first reason is cutting down costs. So, market integration is all about making it easier and cheaper for goods, services, and money to flow between different places. So, by breaking down barriers, we can reduce costs for everyone involved. So second reason is boosting competition. So when markets are integrated, local businesses get the chance to compete with international players. This not only encourages innovation but also gives consumers more choices and better prices. So next reason is better information for decision making. So integration ensures that both buyers and sellers have access to important information. So this means consumers know what's available and what price, while producers can understand what people want, leading to smarter decisions all around. So the last reasons is ensuring a reliable supply. So one of the biggest advantages of market integration is the reliability it brings. So it helps ensure that products are delivered efficiently and consistently. So consumers can trust that what they need will be available when they need it. So guys, nakasabot ra ba? So I think that would be all about market integration. Thank you guys for listening. Again, oh, I forgot to introduce myself. No, that I am Rizel Mitante Day, guys. Bye!